Well, amid the immigration crisis, President Obama says he will not be visiting the border while he's in Texas.
Yeah, he says he is not interested in just a photo op and would rather work on solving the problem of particularly young people from Central America coming to the United States illegally. The president got to Texas yesterday for a 2-day trip. He again asked Congress to approve the money he wants to help the immigration issue. This is $3.7 billion. He's also telling parents in other countries, particularly Central America, do not send your children to the U.S. illegally because they may not be able to stay here.
While we intend to do the right thing by these children, their parents need to know that this is an incredibly dangerous situation, and it is unlikely that their children will be able to stay. And I've asked parents across Central America not to put their children in harm's way in this fashion.
President Obama also went after legislators, asking if they're more focused on politics or solving what he calls a humanitarian crisis. Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson is set to make the case for the money to Congress sometime later today. Well, immigration officials at the federal holding facility here in New Mexico and Artesia say rumors that immigrants from Central America are carrying deadly diseases are being blown way out of proportion. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or what you hear is called ICE, say people here in New Mexico have nothing to worry about. ICE's leaders say there have been no reported active cases of tuberculosis or any other deadly diseases. In fact, they say all people entering the camp are screened for illnesses, and if something shows up, they're immediately quarantined.
I do feel sorry for the children. It's not their fault they're here.
So it's like, we want to trust our government, but it's making it really hard.
Artesia's leaders also sent us a statement saying everybody coming in from Central America is going through multiple medical screenings to address any issues they may have. Well, Governor Susana Martinez is blaming both President Obama and Congress for the surge of Central Americans coming to this country illegally. The governor says the crisis is a byproduct of mixed signals on a federal level and a failure of leadership. Liz?
An Albuquerque couple is still in jail this morning. They're accused of leaving their 5-year-old daughter in a hot truck as punishment, according to cops. The criminal complaint says a bystander saw the girl screaming and crying as they say she tried crawling out the back window of a Ford pickup Tuesday. It allegedly happened at the parking lot of a Home Depot on Eubank and Central. Her parents, Dulces Mong Perez and Angelica Montoya, claimed they didn't know their daughter was with them, but officers say the little girl told them. Her parents made her stay in the truck as punishment for not eating. Cops say the windows were rolled up and it was 90 degrees. The girl, who was covered in sweat, they say, was taken to UNM Hospital for heat exposure. The couple was in court yesterday. A judge raised their bonds to $40,000 each. Police in Albuquerque need your help identifying a thief who threatened Walmart employees with a needle. Security guards at the I-40 and Eubank store tried to stop the man seen in the surveillance photo here. They say he took off with several high-ticket items. When confronted, workers say the crook pulled out a needle and pointed it at them. The suspect did take off in a white Ford Thunderbird. Call Crime Stoppers if you know who he is.
The State Public Regulation Commission says it will develop new rules for ride-sharing services, including the popular ones Lyft and Uber. Yesterday at a meeting, Lyft asked the PRC to remove the cease and desist order from back in May. The PRC did not do that and says Lyft does not meet the state's definition of a specialized passenger service. The PRC has also denied Uber's application to operate here. However, PRC says later this month they'll start to develop new rules for these services. Now, we talk with a Lyft driver who says this is all a good start.
Things will definitely be more clear as to the service that's being offered and the innovative business that it actually is, not so much a taxi service.
Lyft says it looks forward to working with the PRC to develop the new rules and regulations. Well, family here in New Mexico was all set to claim a gorgeous piece of land above the Pecos River. And on special assignment last night, we told you that as far as the county assessor could tell, it was there for the taking, provided whoever claimed it paid back taxes. Well, nearly $8,000 later, Leela Flannery Heineken decided to head to the hills with her brother.
We even went up there and visited it a few times, and we got all excited, and we all started picking our you know, this is mine. I want to be next to you. I want to be over here. We're going to, you know, everything, because we thought it was ours.
But when they found out somebody else owned the land, getting their money back that they paid for the taxes was a battle. Matt Grubbs has the complete story tonight at 9 on 2 Casa. You can also check it out anytime at KRQE.com.
Well, all is quiet in one part of New Mexico this morning after a slight rumble shook things up yesterday. Did you feel it? A 3.6 magnitude earthquake struck near Lordsburg along the Arizona state line shortly after 1 a.m. The yellow dot here is on the map from the USGS website, which shows the epicenter. No injuries or damages were reported. We did check with the United States Geological Service. It shows there have been about 10 or so earthquakes ranging from 3.2 magnitude and above in the past month. Kind of bizarre to hear about New Mexico earthquakes, but they do happen. So.
Yeah, there are some big fault lines that run through here.
Some good news to share with you when it comes to the Diego fire in the Jemez. Thanks to all the recent rain in the Santa Fe National Forest, the fire is now fully contained. Recreational areas in Rio Arriba and Sandoval counties have reopened, and fire restrictions in that forest are expected to be lifted today.
Well, man walking from sea to shining sea is making the journey to show support for our troops. Carl Wentworth was in New Mexico yesterday, part of his Walking for Heroes tour. He started his first steps in November in Boston. He was inspired by his father, an Army Staff Sergeant. Mr. Wentworth admits the trek has been a lot more difficult than he thought it would be. And on his journey, he has met homeless vets struggling to make ends meet.
I've pitched my tent next to them on the street and, you know, ate off the food trucks with them. And, you know, these are men and women that served in war, you know, come home from Afghanistan and they're looking for food to eat. And, you know, to me, that's sad.
It really, really is. Mr. Wentworth is asking people who want to help, don't help him, directly to donate directly to the veterans programs. You know, I've seen people, you know, they bike across the country for causes, but to walk, wow, good for him. Good for him. Hopefully it raises a lot of money.
Sure.